Just Stevie Daniels. The time now is 4:30 on this Friday morning. Let's take a look at your full forecast. We had some gusty thunder showers move through the area yesterday evening. So far this month, we picked up about half an inch of rain so far. So we are just starting off the month of March, and the monthly average rainfall amount is a little bit over 4 inches. So we're already off to a very good start. This is really helping us out in the drought department. Conditions are a little bit calmer than they were yesterday evening, but you can see some leftover light showers are currently skirting eastward this morning. We have that mist out there. We also have that fog to deal with, which is limiting visibilities. It's all thanks to this boundary that's still kind of stalled out around the mid-Atlantic region that is allowing that cooler air to seep into the state of Maryland. This is the reason why we haven't been hitting highs well into the 60s and even into the 70s like the model guidance was predicting. We have that colder air that's a lot more dense than warmer air, so that's setting up shop across the region. And we have that fog and mist out there this morning, limiting visibilities, but unlike yesterday, the fog is not as widespread, so we're not talking about dense fog advisories, but you want to utilize your low beams if you do encounter some of that fog, and it looks like it's a little bit more dense closer to Parkton in the Hereford zone and areas further northwest. Here's a look at temps all across the state, looking a little bit cooler across our northeastern suburbs like Jarrettsville and Haverty Gray sitting in the lower 40s, and then low to mid 50s across the western half of the state, dealing with some of that milder air right now. Sunrise is in about 2 hours at 6:31. We will be rising into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees today, and then dealing with the chance for some spotty afternoon and evening rain showers, and that's exactly what Futurecast shows. If we see anything at all, these are going to be very quick moving, very isolated in nature, and then into the overnight, looking at drier skies, but we could be waking up to some of that patchy fog as we begin the day tomorrow. Now, a disturbance is going to slide through the area. It's going to approach on Saturday. This could generate some isolated thunderstorms, most likely hitting our northwestern suburbs. And then any showers that we see on Sunday likely going to be to the south of the city, but we could shake out a gusty storm or two, producing some strong gusty winds and even some lightning. So meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 4:46 on this Friday morning. Let's take a look at your Super 7-day forecast. Today, temps are going to be a little bit on the cooler side, but near average. We make our way up into the lower 50s this afternoon, waking up to some fog out there this morning, so I do suggest holding off on walking your furry friend until the afternoon. Give the fog some time to gradually lift. But there could be some spotty showers that develop later today, right around 4 to 5 o'clock, and even closer to dinner time, we could see some of that moisture lingering. 67 degrees tomorrow. We might have to adjust this high temperature for Saturday. I've lowered it a little bit because we do have plenty of clouds in place. We also will be dealing with some rain showers throughout the second half of the day. Tomorrow starts off dry with some patchy fog, but there could be some isolated gusty thunderstorms that travel through Frederick and even Carroll counties getting into the afternoon and early evening tomorrow. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on radar if you have any outdoor plans. Sunday is trending a little bit drier. Most of the showery activity stays well to our south. We're likely going to be hitting the mid 60s on your Sunday afternoon, and then warming back up into the low to mid 70s, getting a taste of early to mid-May out there with sunny. Just Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5:01 on this Friday morning. We're taking a look at visibility because this is really the biggest concern. As of right now, we do not have any dense fog advisories. I would not be surprised if we had a couple issued more towards our northwest because we do have some dense fogs becoming a little bit more widespread as the morning moves forward. Right now, Frederick and Westminster, you guys are only seeing about 1 mile. Even less than that, it's looking even worse, closer to Parkton along with Thurmont, seeing about a quarter of a mile down towards Columbia, but overall areas north and east of us, right around northeast Maryland from Elkton to Chestertown, Essex and Bel Air, seeing about 10 miles this morning. We had some gusty rain showers, even some isolated rumbles of thunder yesterday evening. It's looking a little bit calmer out there, but radar is having a hard time picking up on some of that mist. So we're dealing with that fog and mist throughout the middle part of this morning. It'll gradually lift. And just Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5:11 on this Friday morning. Let's take a look at satellite and radar right now because it's still showcasing this frontal boundary stalled out around the mid-Atlantic. We have cold, more dense air seeping into our region right now because this is set up just to the south of Baltimore, and a lot of warm, moist air is currently lingering across the Carolinas and right around the deep south. If we didn't have this boundary, if it lifts a little bit farther north, that means that we could be getting in on more of that spring-like warmth. We're talking about 60s and 70s, but we've just been kind of stuck in this cooler, rainy pattern. Looking at radar right now, it's picking up on a whole lot of nothing, but just make sure you're mindful that we do have some mist out there. We also have some patchy fog, which is reducing visibilities, especially out towards Westminster. This is a look at McDaniel College. The fog right now is not as dense as it was yesterday morning and not as widespread, but we are starting to see more of this fog develop right around Carroll, Howard, Montgomery, and even Frederick counties. Even around northern Baltimore County, visibilities are down to less than a quarter of a mile. As of right now, no dense fog advisories are underway, but it is looking a little bit better visibility-wise across our northeastern suburbs from Bel Air to Aberdeen and even out towards Elkton. We're starting things off very similar to yesterday. Most of us are set up in the low to mid 40s. 41 is a pretty popular number across northeast Maryland. Most of us should be hitting the upper 40s to even near that 50-degree mark today. So we are going to be rising back near average in the temperature department, dealing with seasonal temps today, and then also talking about a few spotty showers that could be moving through. Right around 3 to 4 o'clock, some of this activity will build in from west to east. It's looking very quick though, very quick moving, very isolated, but you might want the rain jacket just in case. The kids might want to bring it to school with them today. And then tomorrow evening, if you have any evening plans or outdoor plans at all tomorrow, it's not looking bad throughout the first half of the day, but then right around 6 to 7 o'clock, we do have the chance for a strong gusty thunderstorm or two, mostly focused around the higher elevations as we get closer to dinner time, which is the reason why areas highlighted in green will be under that level 1 out of 5 marginal risk. Gusty winds and also some lightning will be the top yesterday morning. So this is the reason why we don't have dense fog advisories issued for everyone. The fog is looking a little bit more locally dense and really impacting the morning commute out towards the western half of the state. But Columbia, you guys are now seeing about a quarter of a mile. I wouldn't be surprised if Frederick County was under a dense fog advisory if the National Weather Service issued one of those within the next hour or so, because that fog is really looking to become a little bit more dense, even around Westminster. So your commute cast, this is how it's going to be looking out there this morning. So just take it slow on the roads. We do have temperatures right now ranging in the low to mid 40s. That's where they'll stay pretty much throughout mid to late morning. By lunchtime, we should be hitting the upper 40s, 50 degrees right around 2 o'clock today, with additional rain chances this afternoon into the early evening. I'll time out everything you'll need to know coming up in my full forecast. Back over to you.
All right, Stevie.
Throughout the game, I mean, we are looking at the chance for a strong shower or storm or two, mostly as we head towards the 4 to 5 o'clock hour across the higher elevations. We're not seeing any gusty showers or thunderstorms like what we dealt with yesterday. Radar is showing mostly quiet conditions with a few showers being picked up right around northern Virginia. But the radar beam is having a very hard time really hitting those very tiny water droplets. We are dealing with that mist out there. So even though radar looks quiet, we're still dealing with some of that water vapor out there in the atmosphere, and even some of that fog, which is becoming a little bit more dense around the usual locations, mostly to the north and west of the Chesapeake Bay, Thurmont and Parkton, Columbia right now seeing less than a quarter of a mile. So it looks like conditions are starting to worsen down towards Howard County, but it's not looking terrible around northeast Maryland. Use those low beams and reduce your speed this morning, just like you did yesterday. As of right now, we don't have any advisories underway, but that could change. We'll just have to keep updated with the National Weather Service. They'll just be watching that very closely to see if they put us under any advisories. We're currently set up in the low to mid 40s, lower 40s across northeast Maryland. The farther southwest you go, that's where the warmer air is currently residing, closer to Washington, D.C., waking up with temps right around the upper 40s this morning. Mid to upper 40s as we head into the next few hours. We should be right around 50 as we approach lunchtime today, and dealing with a few pop-up showers here and there later this afternoon. So it couldn't hurt to just have the kids grab the rain jacket on their way out the door this morning, because they might be dodging some of this activity as they walk home from the bus stop. Starting off dry tomorrow with some patchy fog, but then here's a look at 6 to 7, even 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. We do have a gusty shower or storm that could slide through not only Frederick and Carroll, but could be just right around the Baltimore area during this time frame, producing the chance for not only some lightning, but also some some gusty winds. It's going to be pretty quick moving in terms of severe weather. The potential is looking to be rather low, but the Storm Prediction Center has actually placed the northwest portion of the viewing area under a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk. With damaging winds being the top concern, the tornado threat is looking more likely out towards Ohio. But here's a look. So right around northern Baltimore, Carroll, and even Frederick counties, you guys will be under this marginal risk tomorrow. And then we are springing forward. Daylight saving time begins at 2 o'clock.